Durst, the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Oh, Durst, the worst.
Durst is the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst, the worst.
Let's fucking go. Okay, so this is the youth movement that we're looking for. Entire school in Wyoming put on lockdown after one student refuses to wear a face mask and she gets arrested and fined over it. So this is out of Wyoming. There's this 16-year-old gal named Grace. How appropriate, dude. Grace. Sticking up against these frickin' momos, all right? The RT, leftist outlet even, I believe, writes, a 16-year-old high school girl was arrested and her entire school locked down all over her refusal to wear a face mask, face kippah, okay, snot rag. Her arrest caused outrage on the right and conservatives have started chipping in to her legal defense. We'll get to that in a second. Video footage caught on Thursday showed a 16-year-old Grace Smith met with school officials and a police officer when she turned up at the doors of Laramie High School in Wyoming. Smith had already served 2 consecutive suspensions, based, for refusing to wear a snot kippah in class, per school board requirements, and again attempted to enter the building unmasked. She was given a $500 citation by a police officer, then was handcuffed and arrested when she refused to voluntarily leave the school. As Smith refused to leave, a loudspeaker announcement informed students, "We are in a lockdown. Please stay in your rooms." What the fuck, dude? All of this over a frickin' coof. We'll get to the video of this in a minute. The arresting officer could be heard telling the teenager that the lockdown is her fault, but the teen refused to leave the building until she was led away in cuffs. Oh, wow. These small hats need to fucking pay for what they're doing to our kids and to our country, man. Like, Trump, the Zionist cuck, getting reelected in 2024 will not save this. Endlessly chanting, like, let's go Brandon. Something drastic needs to happen, but I'll just leave it at that. Andy Smith, Grace's father, told local news outlets that the family has retained an attorney to fight the citations. Later in the video of his daughter's arrest, Smith tells the school district superintendent, Jubal Yenny, that the suspensions are just absurd to me and despicable. I wonder what, I don't know, it doesn't seem white to me. It doesn't seem Christian to me. But let's see, Grace had this to say, I'm growing up in a country where I'm supposed to have my God-given rights to protect, and they're being taken away. Everybody has the freedom to wear a mask if they choose, but I believe everybody also has the right to not wear a mask if they choose. I would disagree with you there, Gracie. I think maskies and vaxies are mentally deranged and they should be freaking hauled away. But instead, you're getting hauled away, right? Like, what's wrong with this picture? People that believe that a coof with a 99.99% survival rate requires lockdown and requires everybody to wear fucking snot kippahs for the rest of their life, they're being treated as heroes and being treated as the sane ones. Meanwhile, you, the sane hero, is being treated like a prisoner, okay? Ezra Levant chimes in. Oi, Gaviltefish. But at least he's got some lukewarm takes here. There are at least 3 levels of crazy here. 1, she was suspended from school for not wearing a mask. 2, she was arrested and jailed for it. 3, they put the entire school on lockdown. And all this in the reddest of the red state. I mean, yeah, that goes to show that conservatives do absolutely nothing. They ask for your vote basically promising fascism. But the voter base is too stupid to recognize that that's what they vote for and that's what they want. And that's what we all kind of want implicitly. Because we're stuck in this kosher narrative of World War II era atrocity propaganda. Like, oh, not a show, never again. Oy. And so the conservatives, they promise you at least light fascism, but they basically just deliver on nothing but like liberalism from 20 years ago. But Jim Hansen chimes in. The cop knows this is BS. He asks her, do you have any guns, knives, or bazookas? Yeah, that's in the video. We'll get to that in a second. Do we want to live in a country like this, or are we going to be brace like Grace and fix it? Ooh, slam. So yeah, there's a crowd fund. Let's get to the video though. Robbie Starbuck chimes in here. Meet Grace. She's a 16-year-old girl who's showing more courage than most men right now. Most feminized, soy, tit-infused men. She's refusing to comply with mask mandates. Her Wyoming school board is trying to force. She was fined and arrested. Here's her arrest. She's a hero. Dude, she's better than Rosa Parks. I'll just fucking say it, dude. She's better than Rosa Parks. I'm not joking, not memeing, not being ironic. Let's check this out.
What's that?
Can you please let me into class?
I can't unless you're gonna wear a mask, kiddo.
So, you're taking away my right to go to school?
Well, I need you to wear a mask because that's what we got to do right now.
Okay.
Oh, just enforcing orders.
Well, I guess I'll just sit here.
You know who else is enforcing orders? Yeah, Jewish, Bolshevik, communist Russians who are now their descendants are running our country into the ground. Nobody wants to say it.
Please stay in your rooms until further notice.
Lockdown.
Okay, so on this, and the part of the protocol is to ask for a student's signature, and it's obviously up to you, but all it says is, I hereby acknowledge that I participated in a pre-suspension conference. That was just me going over this with you, with the administrator. That's me. Brady signed it, but, and I'm aware of the reason for my suspension. I understand and agree that I am not to be on or near any ACSD1 school grounds nor participate in school activities during the suspension.
You've been suspended. They
Cops.
asked you to leave. Sounds like you're refusing to. All right. So as law enforcement, I am now respectfully requesting that you leave the premises because you've been suspended. Are you willing to do that?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to formally warn you of trespass. And if you want to stay, you're going to receive another citation for trespass.
Okay.
So you've been formally warned of trespass. Do you want to leave the facility now?
No.
No? You want to stay? All the doors are locked, man.
Remember, you back the blue cucks. Look at who's enforcing this nonsense, okay? Look at who's enforcing this nonsense. That's all I'll say. It's the cops, man.
So you want to stay?
Individual police officer probably fine,
How
but
long are you planning on staying for?
the cops
I don't know.
are not fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go write the citation for you. I'm gonna let you know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
This entire building now is in lockdown.
Gay.
We've now restricted the movement of over 1,000 students who are not allowed to leave their classroom.
You did
They're
that.
trying to get back into the classroom.
Faggot, you did
Not allowed
that.
to do because you've been suspended. Okay? We will wait you out for some time. I am going to warn you now. If this continues for a length of time to where I feel that we have now hampered the ability for every student in here to get an education, I will be placing you into handcuffs.
You did this.
Down to the jail.
Okay.
They're treating her like a freaking terrorist. No. She did not hamper the ability for these kids to get an education. The fucking small hat, hook nose fucking people who run the big pharma industry, who run the CDC, who run the health department, and who are giving these fucking cuck cops their fucking orders. They are doing it to these kids. They are psychologically torturing these kids with the lockdowns, the mask mandates forever, the quincentuple vaccine boosters, okay? The CRT, the fucking critical gender theory, all that fucking nonsense. They're the ones preventing any meaningful education from taking place. Homeschool your kids now, or you're committing child abuse.
Okay?
This is fucking
This court date is
ridiculous.
November 16th at 9 o'clock
right.
in circuit court.
right.
Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Psychotic.
Gave me another $500 citation. I'm still refusing to leave. They said they'll arrest me if I continue to refuse.
All right. So you're still refusing to leave,
Yes, sir.
even after you're receiving your citation?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then at this point, I am going to place you into custody for trespassing.
Okay.
Go down to the jail. How's that sound?
All right.
All right. No, you.
You have any gun snacks or bazookas on you that we need to know about?
Yes, sir.
Bazookas, yep. He knows it's ridiculous. They know it's ridiculous, but they're complying anyway.
One in custody.
Can I just take this stuff here?
Yeah, we'll take it.
All cops are faggots.
That's all right. Happy time. All right. What do we got? Just a little ticket. That in there? Yeah, we'll take it. Thank you. Hold on. You wouldn't mind carrying that for me.
You can stop the video if you need to.
That's fine. That's fine. You got it. We'll go right this way.
Usually they want to stop recording, don't they? The pigs. How do any boomers look at this and say that the cops are still awesome? I don't understand this.
You ought to be ashamed.
Yep.
All for a face mask?
Yep.
It's despicable.
It's not science either. Everybody knows that.
just at this point in time, because of the continued refusal to wear a face covering in school, at this point in time, I'm issuing 2 days out of school suspension for continued willful disobedience.
Because you're gay.
Okay, you understand that your request is an unlawful request that supersedes her constitutional rights. Are you aware of that?
I've been directed from my supervisor.
So boomer conservatives still think that the Constitution is anything other than some Jews asswipe. Oh boy, oh boy. That's funny.
From our legal counsel, I've been given that direction.
So what gives you the right to supersede her constitutional rights?
Small hats, cock.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you're sitting here making that argument. That argument's not going to be made here. If you have a legal argument, then, you know, please.
Well, this is a legal argument.
Well,
he means in court, dude.
By statute and suspension to be able to suspend her for willful disobedience, and it is in this information that will provide. If you want to go further with other articles and other constitutional, that goes into another
man.
And we can sit here and argue that all day, or you can have your attorney just send me your attorney's information. I'll have our attorney call your attorney.
I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm just wanting to hear from your guys' mouths that you're willing to suspend my daughter, which is just absurd to me. I don't understand. For her right to choose her own personal health choice.
Yes.
Dude, the health secretary of the United States is a Jewish tranny. That's the answer. That's why nothing makes sense to you anymore. Like, that's why.
Statutes and guidelines.
That's despicable, sir.
Yes, it is despicable. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what you have to say, Dr.
Yanni.
Yanni, I'm, you know what, man? You are really a piece of work. And I don't want to make this personal, but you have. You have by involving her. She's a great kid. She's a wonderful student. She's not doing anything to harm anybody. She's not done anything unlawful. And all she wants to do is maintain her rights as a citizen of this state. And you are taking that away from her, and you have no right to do so. And then the simple fact that you want to sit there and pretend like you have this great power, that you're some kind of dictator, it's unbelievable, sir. It's ridiculous. It's not a feeling, it's truth.
See, all right, we'll get to the GoFundMe or Give, Send, Go. I mean, I wonder if Shlomo will take this down, but if you're so inclined, you know, they already raised $47,000 for legal fees. Grace is a high school junior. She is a beautiful young lady who is kind, caring, compassionate, loves dance theater, good student. Grace has chosen to exercise her rights and attend school without wearing a face kippah. The local school board has voted to enforce a universal mask policy that we believe is unlawful and in violation of the Constitution of the state of Wyoming. Good luck, man. Good luck with this lawsuit or whatever. Grace has endured suspensions and was arrested for not wearing a mask. She has also been targeted by peers and school staff members for exercising her rights. Grace is raising funds to help with the legal cost of defending her civil liberties and the civil liberties of other students in Wyoming who are enduring the same unlawful treatment. By supporting this fight for their liberties, you are helping ensure the rights of every citizen in the state of Wyoming. And they got a prayer request petition thing, updates. Yeah, I mean, this is a fat stack of cash. Let me refresh the page to see if it's gone anywhere beyond $47,734. Come on, baby, come on. Oh, okay, yeah, it's gone up by about a little bit there. That's pretty cool. I've had this up for an hour or two since I've been preparing to make this video, but I don't know if you're so inclined. Yeah, throw down some money for this. Maybe they can do like an actual protest at this school or something, or a phone zap or something. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, boomers got to do something a little bit more hardcore. They got to, as much as it probably pains a lot of them, they got to start looking at the tactics that the left uses and recognize how much more radical they are and how much more zealous they are. Instead of sort of like mocking them and calling them snowflakes, which is ultimately just a cell phone. Like, you call them losers in their mom's basement, you call Antifa all that stuff. Well, losers in their mom's basement are fucking the country over right now. So what does that make us? We're losing. We're losing to these people, right? So it's probably time to adopt some of their more hardcore tactics, okay? Prayers and GoFundMes, they're probably going to get taken down by Shlomo. I mean, it might, I don't know, it might enrich their pocketbook and the pocketbook of their lawyer and everything, but I'm not sure if it's going to... we got to do something a little bit more hardcore. That's all I can really say on these platforms. But anyway, click the links in the description if you'd like to support this channel and follow me on new tech. But for now, subscribe, yeah.
Subscribe, bitch!